Alright, what's going on, guys? It's Major. I'm back with another Bleach Brave Souls tutorial. Now, this one's going to be a little longer, because it's a 6-star tutorial, and there's quite a bit to cover. I'm not going to go over builds, and I do want to say apologies, because I did intend to upload this video earlier. I don't know, like 2 weeks ago. I said I was going to upload it at the end of the week or something like that. I'm going to stop making those promises, because I keep running into problems here and there, like video problems, audio problems. It's simple fixes, or with this tutorial as an example, I kept forgetting small things that needed to be mentioned. So this is like my 4th or 5th time recording it, and the last time I tried recording it, it was annoying the piss out of me. I wasn't having fun with it anymore. So I got notes on the side. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. All that aside, before we get into it, I do want to say I plan on doing more. I want this channel to revolve around Brave Souls and the 1000-Year Blood War characters in Brave Souls, at least for a while. But outside of that, I do plan on playing more games, more indie horror games. I know I'm going to finish Dungeon Nightmares. I'd like to play Dead Space. I love the Dead Space series. Maybe somehow Legend of Zelda later on in the future. And I do want to finish Final Fantasy X, because I'm right there at the end, and I haven't finished it yet. I've never beaten that game, and I really want to do it. But all of that aside, I do have a lot of plans for this channel. It's just, you guys gotta bear with me. Technical difficulties, and I'm gonna upload videos whenever I feel like. I'm not gonna force myself to, you know, keep a deadline for whatever reason. I'm gonna do it because I enjoy it, you know. Anyway, all that being said, we're gonna jump right into it. Alright, so I guess jumping right into it to start off, and I probably should have mentioned this in my last video, in my 5-star tutorial, which, speaking of which, if you guys haven't seen that, go check it out. I'll link it in the description below. But especially whenever you're first starting off in this game, and you get a 5-star character up to level 100, and you get their soul tree maxed out and everything, you've done all you can do with them, keep that character until you can get another character on the side evolved into a 6-star, and that character up to level 200. Now, the reason I say that is because when you evolve a 5-star character to a 6-star, you're basically starting them completely over. Their stats are completely down. I mean, they might be a little better than a 5-star character at level 1, but if they are, it's not by much. Like, you might as well just have a 5-star character at level 1. Like, as you can see here, I kind of worked on her soul tree a little bit. That's not really important, but it would by default, it would be 0%, and she is at level 1. So, long story short, your 5-star character at level 100 maxed out is going to be stronger than having a 6-star character at level 1, and hell, even at maybe even at level 100. I don't know where the 6-star character becomes stronger than a 5-star character, but at any rate, that being said, the first difference between a 5-star and a 6-star character is that they're going to use these jewels down here instead of crystals. Now, your crystals get your 5-star characters, your jewels get your 6-star characters. Your characters get oh my god. Your characters are going to get your jewels. Wow, I'm having a heyday today, guys. But yeah, jewels instead of crystals. You can get jewels from that events list right here, which is what I recommend doing. You can also grind them from raids, which I don't recommend doing because your drop rates are a little lower. By how much, I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, that's pretty much it whenever it comes to jewels. You're going to want jewels, you're going to want as many as you can, and you're also going to want these raid characters. Now, the process for strengthening a 6-star is essentially the same thing as a 5-star. The only difference is it involves raid characters. Now, what these raid characters are going to do for you is they're going to unlock certain skills in your skill tree. Now, you will have to use jewels, a certain amount of jewels, to get down to your skills. So your skills are basically at the bottom of your skill tree. So you're going to have to grind out as many jewels as you can before you get to your skills. But that being said, you're going to have different skills. All characters except for Kenpachi, I believe, are going to have Sprinter. But aside from that, your skills are gonna depend on the character. No one character has the same skill as another, like all of the same skills as another. But with that being said, you're gonna need your raid characters to strengthen your 6-star character's skills. Now when you're doing this, keep an eye on the attribute and the rarity, because I have grinded the wrong raid character before. Like, it's easy to say overlook that this is a red character. There is, I believe there's a 5-star blue Ichigo, and I ended up grinding him instead of the one that I needed, which was the red one, or vice versa. It doesn't really matter. And you're also going to want to keep an eye on the rarity, because it's easy to overlook like just 1 star. Easy to say, oh, okay, that's a 4-star, you know, just glance at it a little bit. So be careful whenever you're grinding for your raid characters, guys. Make sure you're paying attention to what characters you need, and your skills are going to tell you how many of each of these raid characters you're going to need also. So you're going to need, like, for this skill here, 2 Rukia, 1 5-star Renji. Pretty much the same thing, you know, with all the other ones too. It can go up to, I think 4 at a time. Like 4 instead of, you know, 2, like 4 Rukia here instead of 2. I don't know that I've seen that you really need 4 of a character to do that though, but not like it really matters. But yeah, aside from raid characters, you'll also get these skill keys. Now you can't grind these skill keys. These skill keys you can get from doing guild quests. You'll get them as a lottery reward, but it's completely random number generated, so you're not guaranteed to get a skill key from it at all. But you can get, like, I think like 2 at a time maybe. I don't really remember. It's been a while since I've gotten skill keys from doing guild quests. But aside from that, you can also get skill keys from an event that'll pop up in the events list, and normally that event is in celebration of something, like this Rukia's training grounds up here. Now, that doesn't mean that it's out right now, because it's not. Otherwise, I would have me some skill keys. But all that aside, getting into grinding raid characters. Now, when you're grinding your raid characters, what you're gonna want to look for mainly is your points right here on the left. You're gonna be grinding out your raid points all the way up to through these 5 presents right here. Now, what happens? Well, you know what? I won't get into that yet. I'm gonna go through a run really quick and see if I can give you guys an example of how this process works. So I will be right back. Alright, so here we go. Now you're gonna get raid characters from these raids one of 2 ways, and that's by soul tickets, random drops, essentially. Random number generator, kind of like I mentioned earlier. If you guys don't know what I mean by RNG, random number generator, it's basically a fancy way of saying it's a gamble. You're not guaranteed to get any raid characters on any of these soul tickets. You could come out with 0. I mean, I think that's pretty self-explanatory. That aside, you got your points. Whenever you use 5 soul tickets, you're going to get 350 points. A lot of times you can, I mean, depending on where you're at in your points, you can get 2 characters out of those points at a time, you know, instead of 1, like I just got. But you get to a certain point in those points. Once you fill all those presents up, like once you get all of those all the way up, you're going to get this notification up here, like Udayu right here. Until raid point rewards reset, 1 day left. That means you can't grind for points anymore until that 1 day left, you know, happens. Now you can still go through and use 5 soul tickets and hope you get character drops from it, but you won't be able to get characters from points. Now, that being said, there's one other way you can get raid characters, and that's from the intensive course in the events list over here. Now, the good thing about the intensive course is, I actually haven't mentioned it yet, your raids right here, you see how it has like 28 minutes left? That'll be 2 o'clock for where I live. That's like a half hour away. Now, with 6-star intensive courses, you don't have to wait for that cycle to reset. You just got your characters right here, and it's really, it's random what characters are going to be in your 6-star intensive course. But if the character that you need to grind for is in here, it's definitely a lot easier. A lot easier to get characters this way instead of waiting, 24 hours to, for your raid characters to reset. Which, by the way, that's how long it takes for raid characters to cycle out. They cycle out every 24 hours, and you can check to see what raid characters are coming up within the next couple days. You can go over here in the news in the corner, and you go down here to the bottom, and right here in the right, you hit raid schedule, and it'll show you the characters that are up right now, and then the characters that will be up 2 days from now, and it does that with 4-star and 5-star raid characters. And as you can see, also on the side here, it'll tell you what characters, on the right, it'll tell you what characters are needed for these raid characters, which is pretty useful. It's a little easier to, you go in here, if you go in here on the right, you can hit your hourglass, or whatever the hell that's supposed to be. It looks like a hollow, but pretty much shows you the same thing right here. So you just come over here, right here on that hourglass looking thing, and click that. Now, I do recommend you guys grind your raid characters in co-op. That's because your drop rates are going to be higher in co-op. You'll have more of a chance to get more characters. Now, going back to the 6-star intensive course real quick. Let's see, we got, okay, Eisen right here. Let's see, I'm going to go over here into the soul tree real quick. Let's just fix this. Alright, where are you at? There you are. Okay, so with your 6-star intensive course, say I'm grinding for this flies in here. You got, let's see, we need 5-star power Eisen, 4-star power Eisen, which I'm pretty sure that's all he requires, 5-star power Eisen, 4-star power Eisen. Now, whenever you do your 6-star intensive courses, you're not guaranteed, like, say I need 5-star power Eisen, 4-star power Eisen, and like, mind soy phone. My 4-star mind soy phone. When you go through your intensive course, you're not guaranteed to get all of the characters that you need. It's completely random number generator based, just like pretty much everything else in this game. You go through, you use 5 soul tickets. You could get 10 5-star power Eisens and none of the other raid characters that you need, or you could easily get all of the other raid characters that you need. It's completely random. You're not guaranteed to get anything, but it is, I promise you guys, the 6-star intensive course is a million times easier than waiting for raid characters to grind, and it is a lot faster too. Now, that being said, once you get all your jewels and your raid characters, you get your 6-star character completely maxed out. What's going to happen is it's essentially the same process as strengthening a 5-star. Once you get your soul tree completely maxed out, you're going to get an evolve option. Or no, it's a release. Release as a 6-star. Let's see. I should be able to give an example. It's just a matter of finding a character. Okay, we'll just use Ikaku here. One of the first characters I actually used early on, by the way. Anyway, you're going to have this release option once your soul tree is completely maxed out. And it requires Hogyoku's wills instead of Hogyoku's. Now, normally it's going to be 3. I think you got your monthly frenzy characters that'll use 5, and some of your holiday characters are also going to use 5, but I don't think all of the holiday characters use 5. I could be wrong about that. I haven't been playing this game. I've barely been playing this game a year. But anyway, 3 Hogyoku's wills for my typical character. Hit OK. New souls added to the soul tree. Now, that pretty much mean what it implies. You got extra souls on your soul tree here, but you're gonna need droplets instead of jewels. Now, I'll show you guys where to get those in a second. There's actually the event for it is up right now. I'm not gonna use it. I'm not gonna use these as an example because I don't want to waste them on Ikaku. He's got a shit soul trait. But you're gonna need. Let's see. I believe he's technique. Yeah, he's technique. So, with every character, you're gonna need 100 droplets of each attribute. So, you know, 100 green, 100 purple, 100 red, etc. Now, with the case of Ikaku here, since he is a green attribute, aside from needing this 100 green, on top of that, you're gonna need another 120. Now, it is quite a lot, and it is quite a grind, guys. And I'm just gonna warn you right now. If you guys aren't a fan of grinding, you're not gonna have fun doing this. Now, to get these, to get your droplets, you get just quite a few ways to get droplets, but I'm gonna go with the best way is probably your droplet, not your droplet trial, but you can grind this droplet trial just like, you know, jewels and crystals. I don't recommend it though, because you get less than 10 per run, and you know, you can't grind all attributes at once. So it's kind of lame, in my opinion. I actually just discovered that recently, because I'm getting low on green droplets, and I figured, oh, okay, I need to grind some. But your best, you can get droplets from your raids too, 4-star and 5-star raids, but your best bet for getting droplets is going to be this enriched droplet zone right here. Now it is going to be extreme. Like it says right here, your enemies are going to be quite a lot harder than, you know, your normal raids and whatnot. You got like level 170 enemies. If, you know, you guys just starting off don't know that yet, this is going to be extremely difficult, especially in co-op. So just be warned, guys. But that right there is probably the best way to get your droplets. Now, when you get all your droplets, you'll pretty much what those droplets are going to do is they're gonna increase your level cap from 150 to 200, and then you can take your character from 150 to 200, you know, max out all the experience, go to Cone's Bonanza, Rukia's Training Grounds. You can, you know, you could even grind five tickets on a single player raid, which I don't really recommend, because you don't get as much experience on a 5-star raid as you would from Cone's Bonanza, unless the rates are up, like you get double experience, double character drops. If your rates are up like that, you actually get a little more than Cone's Bonanza, but generally you're going to go to Cone's Bonanza to level up your characters. Now, that being said, you get your jewels, get your raid characters, max out your soul tree completely, and if you have skill keys, you want to use your skill keys. There you go, you don't have to use your raid characters, you can use your skill keys instead, which is really convenient. And you use your Hogyoku's Wills to release your character, to add all those soul trees to your soul tree, and then increase your level cap to 200. You get your character to level 200, and there you go. You got your 6-star to level 200. That's pretty much as strong as your 6-star is going to get, aside from getting max rerolls on accessories and link slot potions. Now, I'm about to go over link slot potions in a second, but before I do that, I want to show you guys, it's a really minor thing, but we're going to go over into the shop. Now, this is probably the best way to get Hogyoku's and Hogyoku's Wills. Down here is Cohen's Corner. Now, if you guys don't know what that is, it's basically the only use for friend points. Now, you get friend points from having friends right here, and your friends take you on quests. You get about you get 20 per run, 100 per run if it's a 5-ticket run. But if you do multi on Cone's Corner, like I said, with everything, you're not guaranteed, but a lot of the times you're going to end up getting Hogyoku's and Hogyoku's Wills from this. You have to scroll down to the very bottom now. So you got 3 Hogyoku's right there. But I didn't get any Hogyoku's Wills, so I do another multi. And like, if I needed Hogyoku's Wills, which I really don't, I got like 40. I hope I get another one down here at the bottom. And I definitely don't need Hogyoku's. I got like 150 of those. But yeah, that's probably the best. Like, if you're gonna grind for Hogyoku's and Hogyoku's Wills, this is probably your best bet. You can get random drops from raids and other events, but I can't remember the last time I got a Hogyoku or a Hogyoku's Will from just doing a raid. The drop rates for getting a Will or a Hogyoku from raids are really, really, really low. Now, getting into link slot potions. Before I do that, Inheritance Zone. Inheritance Zone is where you're gonna get all of your link slot potions. Now, gonna be very similar to this enriched droplet zone. Your enemies are gonna be about the same in difficulty. I think exactly the same. They might have a little... No, that's Extreme Co-op. Extreme Co-op has that melee guard and such. But yeah, it's essentially the same thing as Enriched Droplet Zone. It's just you're getting link slot potions out of it instead of droplets. Now, we're gonna go over into the news over here, and I'm gonna show you guys where you can find Inheritance Zone. It's not up yet, but it is going to be up next week. Next Inheritance Zone. You can find this in the news, guys. Just like you're seeing right now. 93299. Now, when you grind for potions, whenever you go into Mind, you're going to be getting purple potions. Whenever you go into Speed, you're going to be getting red potions. When you go into Technique, you're going to be getting blue potions. You're going for the attribute advantage, which is generally what you want to do with the entire game anyway. You can't always, but that's what you want to do. Now, with Inheritance Zone, it won't let you, like, if you try to go into the Mind Inheritance Zone with a speed character, it's not going to happen. You're point blank, you're just completely blocked. You cannot enter it. Now, that being said, you get about 10 potions, 7 to 10 potions per run. You're guaranteed, when you do the highest difficulty, you're guaranteed at least 4. Which, by the way, guys, I don't know if I mentioned it, but when you're doing Inheritance Zone and you're doing this Enriched Droplet Zone, always do the highest difficulty. You're always gonna get higher drop rates from doing the higher difficulties. Doing anything under that is, unless you're doing it for orbs or for the sake of something like that, it's not really worth it, at least in my opinion. But you guys play the game however you want. Let's see, where were we? 10 potions per run. You're guaranteed 4. Because about halfway, well, no, it's a little over halfway. I think whenever you're into stage 4, you got pots on the ground. 4 pots on the ground you can break. You're guaranteed 4. You gotta make sure you break the pots, though, you know. Don't actually accidentally go through the room and, you know, skip your potions. Because, I mean, what's the whole point of going through Inheritance if you're skipping your potions, you know? Now, once you get your potions, what you're going to do is you're going to go into whatever character you want to upgrade. You're going to go over here into Augment, and then right here on the right, just above your character links, you're going to hit Upgrade Slot. Now, to go up 1 level on a slot, you're going to need 50 potions of the attribute that your character is. Now, like I said, it's going to be about 7 to 10 potions per run, and it's not guaranteed, you know, any certain amount of well, it's kind of guaranteed 4 potions as long as you break your pots, but it is quite a grind, guys, so just be warned. But it is worth it. Whenever you get up to level 5, you're going to get an extra 10% of the character stats that you're linking. Now, I guess I should go into a little more detail about that, and I'll go over these rainbow potions here in a second. Alright, so just jumping in real quick, I did forget to mention rainbow potions again. You can use them on any character, no matter what their attribute is. I mean, if that wasn't obvious to begin with, but just going into detail, I always feel the need to do so. Now with rainbow potions, you can't grind them. They're random drops from Inheritance, and you'll get random rooms in Inheritance too. You'll get extra stages, and you'll get about 9 potions. I'm pretty sure it's just 9 potions in the extra stages, but the extra stages are really random. They're really rare, at least for me. And you can buy the potion pack in the shop. It's about 80 bucks. It comes with 585 orbs, and you get 250 rainbow potions, which is only enough for a level 5 link slot. But so I don't recommend you spend money on the game. That might be kind of hypocritical coming from me, because I've spent a lot of money on the game. But yeah, I'll let you get back to it. Now, when you upgrade your link slots, what you're gonna want to do is you need to have the character that you're linking to the character that you're using. It needs to be the same attribute, and your soul tree needs to be maxed out completely. I should be able to find an example here somewhere. Alright, right here, you got Chojuro here. Hold on. Let's go back up real quick. Okay, we'll do Kenpachi. Because the amount's not really that big of a deal. Alright, so with Kenpachi, this is his same attribute as Woot, you know, mind attribute, orange character. You got him up to level 200, so I'm gonna get as much stats from him as I can because he's all the way up to 200. I'll explain that in a second. Now, his soul tree's maxed out. It's the same attribute, so since I have his link slot upgraded, I'm gonna get extra stats from him. If you guys see right here, it says before and after. It shows I'm gonna get 75 more spiritual pressure, 36 more defense, 65 more attack, and 105 more stamina. Now, like I said, guys, this isn't gonna happen unless you're using the character that is the same attribute, and your soul tree has to be completely maxed out. Now, you can kind of see, like, Ulquiorra here. He's not even at level 150, but, I mean, even Grimmjow right here. I can link this Grimmjow here if I want to, you know. I'm still going to get that damage taken link from him, but I'm not going to get any extra stats from him because his soul tree is not maxed out. So, keep that in mind when you're doing your link slot potions. You can, I mean, that, generally, you want to go for... Whenever I started off, I always tried to go for the same attribute, even though I knew it probably didn't mean too much, considering I didn't have any link slots upgraded back then. Like, I could throw this Yoruichi here and still get, you know, 20 strong attack damage, which is what Yuabaha needs, because he's a strong attack character. I'm just not, since she's not the same attribute, I'm not going to get extra stats from him. Now, you can kind of see a little more of an example, a little more detail about that. Like right here, you got plus 162 spiritual pressure. That's because, you know, of all these characters. Now, 162 might not seem like a lot, and even like with Chojuro here, let's see, hold on, I'm gonna try to find him real quick. Contact damage. Like even with Chojuro right here, he's at level 200 at level 1. Like, I'm only getting 14 more spiritual pressure from him, which doesn't seem like a lot, but I promise you guys, it makes more of a difference in the damage that you're doing, more than you think. Way more than you think. So, it's definitely worth it in the long run. The only thing is, I don't, like, since it is a harder difficulty, I don't... You're probably, especially starting off, you're probably going to end up dying a lot. I don't recommend that you guys use your orbs unless you actually need to. Now, if you can't, if you're gonna use your orbs, play the game however you want. I highly recommend that you don't. With that being said, if you can't go into Inheritance Zone without dying, and you don't want to use your orbs, don't play Inheritance Zone, because you're wasting other people's time whenever you're playing something that's that difficult, and then you just jump into a room, and then you die, and then they're short one character, and then they gotta do more work and dodge around more, and they're taking more damage because they're lacking another person that could be helping. And it's kind of a dick move whenever you think about it, because I mean, you're going into something that's that difficult, and you're not gonna put forth the effort. You're not gonna, like, you got other people spending candles and spending orbs to help someone, but you're not going to. Like, just don't be that guy. Don't be that guy. It's really annoying, guys. I can't describe to you how much I hate it. You just waste people's time, waste people's orbs, and it's no fun for anyone. And I mean, you're kind of wasting your time in the same process too. But I believe that's everything. See, don't evolve 5-star dual red character skill keys, Hogyoku's wills, yeah. Droplets, link slots. That pretty much covers everything on strengthening a 6-star character. Now, in my next video, what I'm probably going to end up doing is going over different character builds, Nad, Sad, Sar, and hybrid characters. Maybe builds that, you know, you shouldn't do on a character, stuff like that. And I don't really know when I'm going to upload it. So, I mean, like I said in the beginning of the video, I do have a lot of ideas for videos that I want to do. It's just, it's a matter of time. And I gotta get a better schedule too, which I'm in the process of doing. Should be happening pretty soon. But if you guys have any questions about this game, you want me to answer something, ask me down in the comments below. I'll do my best to answer it, and maybe even make a video on it depending on the question and how depth I can go into it. With that being said, yeah, I will be uploading more videos. I do want to do whenever it comes to Brave Souls. There's not too much that I can do right now. I am going to be live streaming it whenever I get the chance. I do love live streaming this game, and I love, you know, hanging out with you guys. But I am gonna do showcases on all of the Blood War characters. Is probably the first thing I'm gonna do whenever I cover every tutorial that I can. But I don't want to do showcases on any characters unless I have something to showcase. For example, I got Yuabaha here. I pretty much have all of the Blood War characters on their way to 555 link slots. So I'm probably just going to finish that out. And then, like, with Yuabaha here, he's got 30 SP, 20 SP, 20 SP. I don't really want to showcase him unless I got max rolls on this. So I want 30 SP and 30 SP on here. So, like, I feel like if I'm, you know, showcasing a character with 30 and then 20, it's, I don't know, it just doesn't really feel like it's worth showcasing to me. So, as an example, like Retsu down here, whenever I get all of my Blood War characters up to the level she's at, like she's got 30 attack, 30 attack, 30 attack, she's 555 link slot, so we got 25 normal attack damage, 25 normal attack damage, and then 20 normal attack damage here. Whenever I get characters up to the level that she's at, I'm going to do showcases on them. And then I'll do showcases on those exact same characters whenever I get them up to 10, 10, 10 link slots. Just kind of do a comparison on how much more damage they're doing from level 5 to level 10. Kind of an idea I've had for a while, and I'm kind of excited to see the comparison. But that's going to wrap it up for this video, guys. I appreciate everyone watching. If you found the video helpful, drop a like button. Yes, I said that again. Drop a like button. I'm just going to make that my thing. Like, comment, subscribe if you're new. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.